You might have to turn off. No, I get it. And we're live. Hi everybody, welcome. Welcome to the Come Cook With Me show. My name is Laura Hall, and today we are going to be making an incredible, wonderful Cuban black bean soup. I mean, it is, when you see the recipe above, so I actually have the recipe posted above, welcome. So you'll see, it is phenomenal. And this kitchen is smoking hot. It is smelling so awesome. So I just want to say hello and thank everybody up front right now, if you're just joining us live, to say hello, who you are and where you hail from. And if you do, you have a chance to earn free spices, and I'll talk about that in the show. But what you're going to need to do, if you are cooking with me right now, what I want you to do is go ahead and put your Instant Pot on saute. And those of you who are new to the show, one of the things that we love to do is we use the Instant Pot as one tool, one gadget in our kitchen to cook the recipe. And then we also use what I have here, and it's boiling hot. It's just absolutely, it's on high, slow cooker or crock pot. I actually have the all-clad one, so it's a slow cooker. It's not a crock pot, because that's a given name for the crock pot company. So this has been cooking right now. It's going on its 5th hour, almost on its 5th hour. So it's on 4 hours, and it's bubbling. It's just incredible. So we'd love to compare this recipe with, the recipe is cooked exactly the same, and we love to compare which one wins, and that's kind of the theme of the show. And we take all of my recipes that I've created and kind of pair them up and see which one will win. So if you're new, just say hello, who you are, where you're from, and we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, so you want to start your Instant Pot. We've already done the slow cooker, and it's too hot for me to hold up, but I will go ahead and show you. Ooh, it's bubbling along. It's looking really incredible. So I'm just gonna put that lid back on, just like that. So you wanna hit saute on your Instant Pot, and we're gonna let that get a little bit get hot. And I'm gonna use today, normally I use a robust, and that's the Instant Pot just telling me it's getting started. Normally I use a really robust extra virgin olive oil, but today I'm going to use avocado oil. I just decided, since I used avocado oil in the crock pot, that I can't use the robust olive oil. And you know, avocado oil is just awesome as well. So you're going to want to get that started. And in this recipe is loaded with a lot of great vegetables. I mean, you're going to absolutely love it. So we're going to get this Instant Pot started to get on hot. And while it's getting hot, I can go ahead and share with you. So when you say hello, who you are and where you're from, you earn a chance to win these incredible spices. These spices come from a teammate of mine. I'm a health and wellness coach, and this teammate of mine also does my health and wellness program, but he has created some phenomenal spices. His name is Dan Oliver. And these are the spices he's created. They're Kentucky Proud. And what I love about them, there's the savory one and there's a little bit of a spicy one. But what I love about what he has created, they are absolutely phenomenal. Those of you who have won them in the past, go ahead and chime in and say how much you love them. But they're no sugar, gluten-free, no MSG, and no GMO. I absolutely love the flavor of them. I use them in almost everything that I cook with now. Especially one of my favorites is, Dan, you're gonna love this, but my absolute favorite is to marinate some squash, zucchini squash, and just like put these on. Oh, so yummy on the grill. Okay, so the lucky winner from last week's show, now you're gonna love this because this is a first-time person. I think it was her first time on the show. Let me get my spices. Who won the spices from last week? And what we do is, when you say hi, who you are, where you're from, you get it entered into the random drawing that I do and for next week's show. And so the person who won was Candy Renfro Guard. So my neighbor, one of my neighbors, well, she's not actually a neighbor, but she lives in the same area as I do. So Candy, congratulations. I think that was your first time on the show. So I'm really excited for you. Okay, so this is getting nice and hot. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and add the vegetables. What you wanna do is go ahead and add the vegetables. So what I've done is I'm gonna start off with the garlic. Let me show you this garlic. I've chopped up the garlic. And what I do with my garlic, most of my recipes, I really love to do a roasted, I roast my garlic in extra virgin olive oil, and it's just delicious. That's just yummy. Those are the remaining ones from the can. And so I've got about, well, in the recipe I said it calls for like 5. Well, we love garlic and we love spice. So we went ahead and I put in a few more of the cloves, but I chopped them up because we definitely want to have them chopped up. So we just pop those into the Instapot and get them starting to cook. And then I have 1 whole diced organic. We love to use organics anytime it's possible. Try to use organic. So this is a yellow onion, or yeah, a sweet yellow onion. And so we'll go ahead and put those in. Stir that around. Okay, the next thing that's going to go in is I've got 2 jalapenos. In the recipe, again, it calls for 1, and it calls for seeding, or getting the seeds out of the jalapeno. We have 2. We love it spicy, so we've got 2 jalapenos in here, and I didn't take the seeds out. We like spicy. I know you'll hear that a lot today, because this is a really spicy, yummy soup. Okay, and then in here I've got some carrots and celery that have been diced and chopped. I know, Cuban bean soup, you didn't think that celery and carrots would be going in it, but it really adds a dynamic to the soup. It's really yummy. Beautiful. Okay, and then I have 1 red pepper that's been diced. Again, it's an organic red pepper. Go ahead and add that in. We're going to go ahead and get these starting to simmer, and you're going to cook these on saute until they get kind of al dente. And while I do this, I really like to add the seasoning that I'm going to be using for the soup. So I have a list of many, many seasons, and let me just tell you about them. You don't have to use all of them. You can pick the ones that you absolutely love. I have a lot of these spices already in my kitchen, so I use the ones that I have. And I absolutely love how they taste. So I don't measure, so don't get wigged out. I put the measurements above. It's about an average teaspoon for this recipe. For those of you who kind of don't want it too spicy, I'm not going to be using a teaspoon. I'm going to be using a little bit more. And that was red pepper flake. And then I have an Ancho chili. Let me talk to you about the Ancho chili, or the chili powder. This one's a little more smoky than the regular organic chili powder. You can choose. I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of smoke flavor in here. So the Ancho chili. And again, I'm going to show you my spices because people ask about this all the time. What I love is you want to get the no GMO symbol, no genetically modified foods. We don't want to have any genetically modified foods. And then we also have organic. It always says organic on the spices. Oh my goodness, it's already smelling so good. It's that garlic. And then one of my favorite spices is the seven Japanese 7 spice. It's just incredible. So let me go ahead and add that one in. Love that one. I'm going to go ahead and hit a stir here, just so that these spices get mixed around. Can't remember who it was that said, make sure you have your wooden spoon. I got it this time. Oh, and then we have some cumin, right? I know, you could hear me now, it's not so loud. So we've got some cumin. We're going to add a lot of cumin in. Cumin is one of my favorite dishes, and today we're going to, actually with this Cuban soup we're making, shrimp diablo, and a side of some tacos, kind of make it kind of a Mexican flair. But this soup can stand alone as a meal, and you can add it as with a salad. I mean, it's just incredible. Okay, so I've got some Cajun spice here. And then I've got some hot smoked, and I got the smoked paprika. And some, if you have the Hungarian, because we've used the Hungarian so much before, go ahead and use the Hungarian, it's good. I just like to have a little bit of smoky flavor with regard to the, oh gosh, that smoke smells so good. All right, and then we got some herbs of the Providence. And that's just a pre-made, pre-mixed herb, savory, thyme. There's just some really good ones in there. And then I'm going to use some of the savory Danos, and then some of the spice. I'll save the last ingredient as far as the bay leaves. I'll put that in at the very end, right before we hit the pot to go. Well, that's actually done a really great job. Oh, I should say, while it's finishing the saute, one of the things that I love for you to do, since you're just getting started watching, if you have that little button that's on the right-hand corner, and it says share. So share this video, and you get a chance to win the next prize. And like every month, we talk about this. Last month, we actually gave away an Instapot during our leek soup show that was live at the Palencia Business Center, and we're going to do it again. And what I decided, because I had a lot of feedback because people were hoping we were going to do it for this show, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this show and next week's show, and we'll combine all of those names together. Those of you who share this show and next week's show, you'll get added to that drawing. So that drawing is going to be right before the 17th. So kind of the pot at the end of the rainbow, if you will, for St. Patty's Day. I kind of thought that would be a lot of fun. So so remember, it's this week's show. If you share this on your Facebook wall, and next week's show. But this week, if you share this week and you share next week, you still get entered to win the seasonal shake. Like I said, I am a health coach, and so one of the products that we have are these yummy, delicious, complete meal shakes. And so when you share on your Facebook wall, you earn a chance to get a seasonal shake. And we just came out with an incredible shake, and I still have some of the past seasonal one. So you get a choice. The person who wins, she's going to get a choice. I kind of gave that away. You're going to get a choice of pumpkin spice or mocha. No. So, this is our pumpkin spice, and this is our mocha. The mocha is like so yummy. All right, so last week's show winner. This is a gal who I went to school with. I'm so excited for you, Laura. So Laura Weber Olson, you win the prize. So I'll send you both, Candy and Laura, I'll send you both a message, just a reminder to send me your address so I can get these items to you. Okay, I'm going to turn the saute feature off. So I'll hit cancel. And all we have to do now, oh gosh, that looks so yummy. I'm just going to show it to you before I add anything else to it. It's just beautiful. Ah, it smells amazing. All right. So take a look inside. Can you see that? Isn't that awesome looking, right? So good. Okay, so now what we want to do is go ahead and add our diced tomatoes. And what I did is I got the organic diced tomatoes, and they're fire roasted. And once I put these in, yeah, it's still hot in the bottom. Even though it's off, it'll seem like it's sauteing, but it's not. So we got the fire roasted tomatoes in there. And when you buy your tomatoes or canned goods, there's something I want to talk about. Obviously, we've talked about organics all the time, but I love that it's certified, so you have a certification. I love that it's non-GMO. And take a look. this other symbol, this is very important. This is ultra important. See that one? Non-PBA lining. That means the inside of the can hasn't been treated with bisphenol A. So traditionally, you know, for years and years and years, they've been lining canned goods with this product that's called bisphenol A, and it's an endocrine disruptor. So what you want to do is find canned goods, if you're using canned goods, find them that have no bisphenol A and non-PBA lining. It's so much better for you. Endocrine disruptors wreak havoc on our youth and our young, you know, our children growing up, on adults. Toxins. We don't need to have toxins. We coach at cleansing toxins out of the body. We don't need to be adding new ones. Okay. So you're going to get about a cup of wine. I just picked one up that was buy one, get one free. But it looks like a good one. It's a Tuscan wine. This is a Tuscan wine. So I'm adding a cup in. And then we're going to add just a little bit of sherry. And I just use this sherry vinegar. It's just a vinegar sherry. You can go without the wine if you'd like. It's really an optional feature for you. If you go without it, just add an extra cup of your bone broth. And that's the thing that we use, is we love to use bone broth. Now, if you're going completely vegan and vegetarian, which this meal can be, bone broth isn't going to be what you want to use. You're going to want to use a vegetable broth. So, but I love bone broth, and we're not completely vegetarian and vegan. So I'm going to go ahead and use the bone broth. And bone broth, there's so many health qualities to bone broth that just whenever possible, instead of using a vegetable, instead of using a like a chicken broth, bone broth is just dense. It's better for your gut. It's just one of those things that, you know, I coach people with all of the time. It's so much better for you. Okay, that's perfect. One box is sufficient for the soup. You want the soup to be a little hearty. And so what I've done is I've got my 1 pound bag of dried black beans. And yeah, you just have to get them right from the bag. I mean, it's so awesome. Now, one of the things that you probably should do, and I haven't done, which I'm gonna go ahead and do right now because I didn't do it. I have more space for my salsa ingredients. Yeah, I'm making salsa after the show. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these beans in here and rinse them. And if I see any bad beans, I'll just pick them out. So the bad bean, I'll show you what it looks like. It's almost like a stone. And not always will you have them in here, but you want to make sure that you give them a good rinse and make sure there's nothing that's going to be like a stone. And I'm just going to show that to you. Maybe if I hold it like that, can you see that? So you don't want to have that one in your beans. If you miss one, it's not going to throw you off because the pressure cooker is going to really like change it completely. So, all right, beautiful. So I'll just go ahead and stir that around a little bit, and it's easy. That's it. How simple is this recipe? Now, I'm going to tell you, once we get this started, with this particular one, because this is the actual duo, what I want you to do is make sure you have the setting. Right now it's in the steam release. I'm going to put it on the section that says closed. So you want to have that in the closed section so that, and it just says, okay, it's ready to go. Shut your lid, and you're going to cook it on manual, and you want to hit 30 minutes. So I'm going to turn my time up, and you want to do it on high pressure. Okay, and that'll just, oh, you know what? Guess what I forgot? Right here, bay leaves. So give me a second, I'm gonna put 2 bay leaves in and get this rocking and rolling. There we go. Almost forgot. But that's the neat thing about the Instapot, is that if it doesn't build up to pressure yet, you can actually add the things that you might have forgotten. Really awesome. So when this completes, you can let it go ahead and do a natural steam release. And it should be, these both should be done around the same time. But what I'm going to do is, when they're done, I'm going to pull out about 1/4 of the liquid not the liquid, but the beans. I'm just gonna, get a slotted spoon, pull out some of the beans and the tomatoes that are gonna, surface, and set it aside. And then I'm gonna get my immersion blender, and my immersion blender, I'm just gonna really get the soup really emulsified, yummy. And then I'm just gonna add what I took out and put it back in. So it won't all be completely beans, but it'll also have a little bit of, panache to it. Now, we have some really great toppings. Oh, you know what? It's on. Okay, I was waiting for something to happen, but it says on, so we're good. So the toppings are really yummy. So for serving, what I love to do is have several different, and don't you like these ramekins that are like a soup bowl? I love it. So I've got some avocado here. I've got some chopped up tomato. And it's really a choice if you want to have red diced onion or if you want to do some scallions. Either one, they're fine. And what I don't have out is some really good Greek yogurt. I have a non-dairy Greek yogurt, which when you were watching the show, come shop with me, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. You can have a choice of either one. And then I have some lime. Okay, so every Wednesday, 2 days before the show, I come live to you at the grocery store, and it's called Come Shop With Me. And so there you get to learn what we're making, and then all of the ingredients that you actually need to have to make the whatever it is that the recipe is that we're calling for. You get to make it with me live if you prefer. So this recipe is so easy but so incredibly yummy. And those of you who aren't concerned in making this a full meal, if you'd like adding just a little tostini, maybe some really good juicy bread that sops up the juice because it's so flavorful, that's perfectly fine. Just a great addition. I don't have that because we had decided that we're going to go ahead and kind of make it more of a Spanish, Mexican, Cuban. It's going to be going down today. So remember to say hello, who you are, and where you're from. Share this video and be a part of our community. Enjoy the show. Enjoy all the previous shows. If you haven't seen them, you can go to my YouTube channel. And my YouTube, all you have to go is hit YouTube and type in Lifestyle by Laura J, and you'll see all of the shows that I've ever done before. Now I will tell you, every single time I think we do the show, we get a little bit better because of great feedback from all of you who help and come on and make some great ideas of how we can make it more efficient and just a little bit better of a show. So the first shows that are out there, and we're getting close to getting to our 1st year anniversary. I can't even believe I've been cooking for everybody for almost a year. So it's going to be a lot of fun getting to that 1st year anniversary. But I just want to share with you all how humbled I am that you've joined me every week, and how much fun it is to build this relationship within this community that keeps coming back. And I am really humbled that we have such a great following. So with that, everyone, I hope that you have an extraordinary, wonderful weekend. I hope the weather is agreeable, that you get rain if you need rain, and you stop getting rain if you don't need any rain, and you get sunshine so things can dry out. And if you're in the South like me, you like to have a little bit of warmer weather. That's what we're hoping for. And get through the pollen time, because right now the pollen is just everywhere. So thanks again for joining me in my kitchen, and we'll see you again next week. We have some really great surprises coming up in the next couple weeks. I've tried to stay really good for the Lent, for everyone who is appreciating Lent. The next 2 weeks we'll not be doing that because we also have St. Patty's Day. So we have a few things up our sleeves for those next 2 weeks to kind of cover some St. Patty days. So if you have a particular favorite that you'd like to see, send me a quick message and we'll see what we have to do. All right, everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I so appreciate you joining, and any questions that you have, I'll be answering them later on this evening. And remember, I'll be always posting the pictures of how we serve. I've just got a lot of work cut out ahead of me because I still don't have that salsa made. I got people coming for dinner. So have a great weekend, everyone. So great to see you.